Hello everyone, Theory11 back again with another edition of What's on Deck. You might be wondering what this blood is that you see on my channel. If you haven't seen that video, you'll be finding out about what that is momentarily. Let's look at what's on Kickstarter first. A few new decks this week that are pretty awesome. First of all, the Chernobyl Memorial Playing Cards by Misery Development. Pretty interesting decks. 2 of them available. I think I posted a video on them on my channel as well. 2,000 decks being printed for the limited edition. There's going to be copper foils, ornamental tuck seals, or ornamented it says, and numbered seals for the limited edition deck. Embossed tucks, a Warren Weaver design, historical and socially relevant theme, all sorts of stuff. Printed by Noir Arts, of course, in Ukraine, which is perfect because this is all about Ukraine. It's about Chernobyl, which happened 30 years ago. It's been all over the news lately. It was, of course, the big nuclear plant explosion that really affected a lot of people for a long time in Ukraine. There's two decks, as you can see, a green one and a brownish red one. The premium edition is this one, the brownish red one, that has the Pripyat Ferris wheel, which yes, is a landmark there at where this whole thing happened, so it's pretty fitting to be on there. Very nice tux. It actually says radioactive on the flap. And then there's the limited edition, which is the green one that has the date on it, as you can see. Actually, that's the limited. I'm confused here. We'll get to that. Has the dates and all the information, the reactor number. 2,000 decks, I guess, of each. And the back design on the premium edition features a taming of the fire that lasted for days. And it also has, I think, 1986 on there. It's pretty nice. The court cards, not a huge fan of, because the pictures, well, I'm not a big fan of them, but I'm okay with it in this case. I'm not such a big fan of the aces having the same artwork. I would have been okay with it if all the cards had the pictures on it, and some people would have preferred it that way. But I mean, to me it makes sense to have the pictures, because it's kind of hard to design court cards with figures that would invoke or, replicate something to do with Chernobyl. So having pictures that illustrate the aftermath of Chernobyl is perfect, I think, for what the deck is. I mean, it's horrible what happened, but it works fine for this deck. I'm not a huge fan of having that on the aces, just because I would have preferred more standard ace. But it is what it is. It's picture court cards. Some people hate it. Some people like it. You see the number cards, green and black. The premium edition is a limited edition, more artwork. And this one has kind of red and black pips. Completely custom. The Jokers, and I actually had information on this somewhere. Or no, wait, that's something else. The Jokers, as you can see, represent the Shadow Men, which are drawn on this wall. Obviously very fitting. And the other Jokers feature some monuments from Chernobyl. And you can also get his last products on there. Is Zaruka deck, the Red Bar deck, and the Veteran deck. You can see reviews on my channel. They're pretty awesome decks. I like them. Particularly as a fan of the red one, the red bar. But the other ones are fine too. And that is that for that project. Sorry, I spent a lot of time talking about that project. Whew, I apologize. And there is stretch goals as well. They've unlocked, I think, 2 bonus cards. Where are they? Where are they? 7,000 pounds. So they're about to unlock 2 bonus cards. And then there's going to be interior tuck artwork, which should be unlocked soon, and another add-on, and more to be revealed. Let's move on. Apologize if I went into too much with that. Next up, we got The Other Kingdom, a new project from Natalia Solar, though I'm still waiting for the last one, which cost me a pretty penny. $10,000 goal. It's slowly getting there. It's 45% funded. I'm not sure if I mentioned the Chernobyl one is funded with 10 days to go. It's a pretty short project, so make sure you check it out. This one is 45% funded with 27 days to go. To be printed by USPC. Bicycle stock, haircuts and finish. Gold foil tuck case, embossed tuck case, stretch goal, metallic inks on the backs of the cards, stretch goal. Everything 100% custom, only 2,500 being produced. Very beautiful court cards, I like them. The back design it's not bad. I'm not sure if it really needs the gold border. I would have preferred just a white border to match the faces personally. But they decided to keep it all gold and black, which is fine. Pretty nice court cards though. And it seems to be about a bird kingdom, as you can see. What is time immemorial? I think that's a misspelling. But mankind has considered birds to be signs of eternal life, the link between heaven and earth. And it's pretty interesting. It's all gold from the looks of it, at least hearts and diamonds. And apparently spades and clubs. But it's a different gold. So it's a little bit distinguishable, but not that much. Anyway, it's not bad. It's interesting. Definitely go check it out. Recommend it. The project's always good. And this one's definitely completely different than what she's done in the past. And completely custom and original. Next up, this is the Blood one. The Sisterhood of Blood by Kirk Slater of 52 Ravens. It's been about a year since his last project. And it's finally a long-awaited project on Kickstarter from him. It is going to be produced by the Expert Point Guard Company. And it looks pretty awesome. The goal is a bit high, 10,000 pounds. That is a pretty big goal. I mean, that's got to be almost $12,000, $15,000 US. So it's a little bit big, a little bit worrisome to me. It's only 13% funded. 25 days to, or 13% funded with 29 days to go. Still lots of time. It just launched early this morning. It features 12 custom all-female court cards. All of the vampires are named. They don't have backstories. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get the backstories, but actually, yes, you do. You can get a digital copy of the book, which I have gotten. Apparently, there's a problem where they were charging U.S. shipping, so that's why this one says all gone. 9 pounds each, not a bad price. It's only $3 shipping to Canada, anyways. 4 custom aces, 2 jokers, double backer, and all that good stuff. Here's the back design. Very nice, beautiful. I like it. I really like it. It's very nice and simple, but elegant at the same time. I like the colors and everything. Nice thin borders. I'm a really big fan of this one. The court cards, the artwork, yeah, it's vampires and it's blood, but they're nicely colored. I like all the elements in there. It does say the name along the border. I don't know how hard that's going to be to read in the end, but it's pretty cool. And they've included, all the typical features of a deck, like the One-Eyed Jacks and the Suicide King, which we'll see. Oh, look at that dagger right to the head. Beautiful aces and beautiful number cards. I like all these elements in the background and everything. Here you see the names. Hard to read from this angle. And the jokers, which is similar to his previous Coven deck. And was very nice. I like it. I recommend checking it out. Oh, that is awesome. I mean, it's a little bit scary, a little bit weird, but it's pretty cool. Just a tuck case full of blood. And you can also get the book with the stories, but that's obviously extra money. I'll just stick with the PDF. And I will be doing a prototype review on this soon, hopefully, as soon as I get it. So that is that. Next up, we got chicken nugget playing cards. Where have we gone wrong in the world today? We're creating replica versions of Jerry's Nuggets on Kickstarter. It's doing extremely well, over 600% funded, 25 days to go. Yes, I pledged $65. Sue me. I did post a video on my channel as well about it. Why the hell does that guy have gray hair? Anyways, you can see he's got quotes from all sorts of people promoting the project, Yeeth, and all sorts of magicians and whatnot. You can get a brick of the red and blue decks, which, you know, they just had the Jerry's Nugget back design. To me, it's a little bit lazy because it's a very easy way to make money. As you can see, anyone will buy something that looks like a Jerry's Nugget. It's not going to feel like a Jerry's Nugget, I guarantee you that. But it is what it is. Apparently, they used the original color spec provided by USPC, which is awesome because a lot of these replicas, knockoffs, they don't have the same color. It's not as vibrant. It's not as, you know, rich or whatever you want to say. But this one looks like it. If you buy the brick, you get it in a Chicken McNugget case with a fake McDonald's type logo. And you can actually get a fake nugget. We'll get into that. The cards, they all feature obese people pigging out. Well, maybe not obese, but there's a bunch of people pigging out. So it's not an exact knockoff of Jerry's Nuggets. It's custom. It's different. It's still standard looking court cards, but they pig it out. And it's all about, you know, what happens if you pig out on junk food. Basically, it's trying to tell people, quit junk food, make life good. But there's always room for a little junk food, trust me. It even features a nice iconic security band in red. You can see the colors on there. It's just the only major difference in the back sign is instead of saying Jerry's, it says chicken. You get the tax stamp off-centered, it looks like. It is going to be made in Taiwan, I believe by the same company as Expert and Legends, but they have not confirmed that one way or the other. They even include a date stamp on the inside of the tux, just like the originals. You get the same ace, which to me is a copyright concern because USPC owns the trademark to that ace, and who knows if this is going to get shut down. The Joker, again replicated, except it says quit junk food, make life good. You also get a couple of gaff cards, one that features a nugget instead of a chicken. Instead of saying chicken, it features a nugget. And another one that's a 52-on-1. You can actually use your fake nugget for that, which I might add on. It's only $5. It is what it is. I don't know about this black one, if that's going to happen, or what that is, but it's showing you a comparison between USPC and HCPC, which is, again, just Expert or Legends. They'll film it by other place, so no problems there. On top of that, they also have a jumbo deck available in red, apparently. Pretty interesting, and a nice thing to have. I'm going to get that. You can get a 4-pack that comes in a box, just like the 4-pack of Monarchs a few years ago. The 12-pack, of course. Chicken Hit Nuggets. It's a pretty fun little deck. You get a card clip, a USB stick. That's pretty interesting. It looks like a mini deck, though. Here's your toy chicken nugget, the rubberized thing. You wouldn't want to eat it like the real thing. And you get the chicks, too. The nugget chicks, I'm going to call them. You don't get the girls, but you can get the shirts. But that is that. It's an interesting project. It's fun. Moving on, we got this one, the Woman Cards by Zach Walsh, who's apparently some kind of a offer. It's very well funded already. Again, over 600%, 30 days to go. I saw this yesterday after it launched, and it had $18,000, and I'm like, what the hell? I mean, this is not an award-winning project that deserves $18,000, much less $30,000 in funding. He's got a lot of backers. Apparently, most of them are women. Go figure. No offense or anything like that. $15 for one deck is a bit pricey. You can get 5 for $100. And 68 people have done that. What the hell? You can get a brick for that much money. So far, the only artwork we have is Hillary Clinton as the Ace of Hearts and Beyonce as the Queen of Diamonds. And the back design, which is a one-way back design, which is very simple and minimalist and effortless, really. Which is another way of saying lazy. They're also going to have Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who's a Supreme Court Justice. Clara Barton, who is a teacher, clerk, nurse, civil rights activist. Sylvia Rivera, who is a leading figure in the gay liberation movement. Amelia Earhart, self-explanatory. Harriet Tubman, again, self-explanatory. Mary Cassatt, who was a impressionist painter. Susan B. Anthony is an activist for women's suffrage. Wilma Rudolph, who became the first American woman to ever win free track and field gold medals, despite having leg problems because of polio. Rosa Parks, again, self-explanatory. Ida B. Wells, who launched a groundbreaking investigation into the deaths of her three friends in the 1890s after they were murdered by a lynch mob, and became a founding member of the NAACP. And Dr. Sally Ride, who is the first American woman to enter space and the first known LGBT astronaut. So, how in the hell does Beyonce fit in with these women? I mean, what has she done? Oh, she's a singer. Big deal. As far as I'm concerned, they don't even have anything for her. It's like, Beyonce, need we say more? Yes. What are her qualifications to be listed with such famous and important women? I don't see it. Even Hillary Clinton's a little bit questionable, but she's more fitting for sure. But I just don't understand why it's getting so much funding. Moving on. One more on Kickstarter. It's the Moby Deck. This one is 3% funded, 25 days to go. Features vintage mobility scenes. Basically, it looks like it's photoshopped artwork. As you can see right here from different things. Apparently there's 2 decks, a red and a blue, mirror image backs, black borders, joy. But you can see from the artwork, if you see some of these here, it just looks like photoshopped pictures, like this one, for instance. Not a big fan of these indexes. I don't think it's very usable. And look at this. One side is white, the other side is black. The hell? And this one's not. It's kind of weird. Maybe that was an oversight. Apparently you can get 6 decks and a brick as well. But at this rate, it does not look like it's going to make it. It does not look like there's a whole lot of people who are interested in this style of artwork for playing cards. Next up, I wanted to mention this one. It's coming May the 10th to Kickstarter. That's a week from Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Pacific, from Elephant Playing Cards, the Prism Day and Prism Dusk Playing Cards. Very nice colors. I like them. I look forward to checking them out. Of course, UV gloss on them, which is the, the gloss embossing. Next up, I want to mention Bicycle Court Wars from fellow collector Bad Pete. as he's known on the forums, is Pierre, inspired by medieval artwork in the 15th century. Why not? A collector, you want to create your own deck of cards, nothing wrong with that. As you can see, he's named the spades, the peaks, and they're part of the obsidian stronghold, and same with the trufflers, clubs, and you see some of the artwork here. Then he's got Friends for Hearts, Coureurs, the Crimson Bastion is the red cards, and the other ones, of course, the diamonds. Beautiful artwork. I can't recall if it said, oops. The artist, I believe, is, oh yes, the artist is Scott King of Crooked King's Cards. Probably his best work so far, in my opinion. And you can see it looks like there's going to be a red deck and a black deck. One for each group, which is fine. Nice number of cards. Should be coming to Kickstarter very soon. I'll keep you posted. And next up, I want to mention this one. This one's been, well, as you can see, Martes is when it first came around, but I never posted anything. It's a Royal B blue deck of cards. Very nice, lots of gold foil on a tuck case, nice cards. If anyone, has any available, I'd be interested in getting one. Apparently they were made for sale in Asia, which means they might eventually make their way here, hopefully. But they're pretty cool. And I know USPC is not customizing Bs a whole lot, but this is their own version. Look at that, nice gold foil it looks like on the cards. Very cool. And next up, oh, I should just do this on Conjuring Arts. I don't know why I didn't just do that. There we go. It's the new Danny De Ortiz deck, available at Conjuring Arts. Go to the shop here. There it is. $10, not too bad, I guess. Look at this. A card to foot. You don't see that. Why not? It says why not? Why not a card to foot? It's a 7 of Hearts reveal in a foot on the Joker. I think that's pretty interesting. It is a fairly standard artwork. Again, for some reason, he's got court cards that are peeking out. Looks like they were inspired by that Chicken Nuggets deck. A little bit too much writing on the back design, as you can see. But it's a nice color scheme, the blue and the yellow. And I've got tons of money to spend on Conjuring Arts because of the massive amount of gift cards I bought. But it is what it is. It's not bad. They're calling this Expert Signature Series 2 because they're referring to his first deck as from the Blue Crown as a first Signature Series deck. Next up, I want to mention Illusionist. Now has $9 flat rate international shipping. Any order, any size, every time. Time to stock up. So buy like a gross, screw over Illusionist. Buy a gross of decks and have them shipped to China for $9. And because a lot of American customers were upset because it's going to cost them, like $10 to ship, or a deck to just one deck to themselves. Illusionist decided to give American customers a $7 flat rate shipping fee, which is not bad. On the other end of things, the most recent release is a second edition Blood Kings, which just has a white tuck case as opposed to a red one, which is kind of lame. But it gets worse, because they also have another deck that's been made available to Black Club members, which is a Madison Blanks deck, which is a blank deck with Daniel Madison's name to it. Why on earth would you get that when you could just get a regular blank deck from any magic shop anywhere in the world for like $5? I mean, it's ridiculous. And those two things are pretty lame, Illusionist. Pretty lame, in my opinion. That's who that is. Anyway, next up, the Blue Crown. I mentioned this last week, but it's available as of last week. The Laurel London ALC deck. It's a nice blood red color, as you can see. Apparently, it comes in a Daniel Madison stack, which means it's basically a stack that allows you to display every poker hand from like lowest to highest, and you can do an effect with that if you want to. It's a nice color. Obviously, I'm getting one. It's not a bad price. They are sold out though, unfortunately, but I figured I'd mention it. I didn't even know they were sold out, but that's not a surprise. I just have to wonder how many more of these, how many more slightly different colors are we going to see, because it's just getting ridiculous. But at least they're not doing the same 5 boring colors over and over. Next up, Theory11 has a new deck that was originally released as an exclusive to Elite members earlier this week, but now apparently it's available to everyone. It's the 5th and Laurel deck, which is inspired by a historic building in San Diego dating back to 1965. Very interesting visual, cardistry style back with pretty thin borders. It looks like they're pretty even, at least in the picture. Custom court cards, simple but custom. I do think that they should have put in suit indicators since they have a lot of white space in there. Nice, beautiful aces, and you see the backs, the jokers. Everything is completely custom. It's a nice change from the typical Theory11 deck, and as such, I don't mind the $10 price tag. However, if you look at their playing cards, you will see something disappointing, and that is that almost everything has now gone up to $9.95, including Monarchs and Tycoons and Contraband and Love Me, Medallions, Animal Kingdom. And it's like, what on earth? Why are they raising the prices of decks, especially decks that were already released for much less, a year or two or more ago, like the Monarchs? It's ridiculous and it's needless, and they cannot justify it by saying that there's been a massive increase in production costs, because that is not true. Apparently, their reasoning for it, their explanation is that because people on Kickstarter are selling decks for $15 each, they feel they have the right and the reason to raise their prices. But I don't believe that's fair or accurate, especially since most of the decks feature just standard court cards with a custom ace and joker and a back design. And I just don't agree with it. And on top of that, I got that deck, the 5th and Laurel, which is coming, and it cost me like $14 to ship one deck to Canada. Illusionist is shipping decks for $9. I can buy 50 decks and have them shipped to me for $9, and you want to charge me $14? I don't think that's reasonable or acceptable. Anyway, that is that. A bit of a long video again. But anyways, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. What do you think about Illusionist's latest releases? What do you think about this new pricing scheme from Theory11? I think it sucks. And apparently, people have brought it up on their forums, and the threads were locked or deleted, and I don't think that's fair. Things to be up to discussion. If you don't like people discussing it, well, then maybe you shouldn't do it. Anyway, that is that. See you next time.